Ren Amari has created this cool tech called OtherLife, a software that looks like a drop of liquid. When you put it in your eye, it lets you feel dreams as if they're real. You can actually feel things like swimming in the ocean or skiing down a mountain, and it feels super real. But this tech isn't perfect yet. Ren is set on improving OtherLife so she can wake up her brother, Jared, who's been in a coma after a drowning incident. She thinks if she can turn that drowning memory into a survival experience, Jared will finally wake up. Sadly, no matter how many tests she runs, Jared still doesn't show any signs of waking up. One day at the office, Ren tried out a new formula for OtherLife with her colleague, Byron. At first, everything went great. Ren felt like she was skiing for days in this dream world, even though just a few seconds had gone by in reality. But then, out of nowhere, an error popped up. Luckily, Ren managed to get back safely. She quickly asked Byron to write up a report on what went wrong and then headed over to find Sam, who was pitching OtherLife to some potential investors. Sam told the investors that OtherLife isn't just for fun, it can also help with rehab, therapy, and training, which makes it a really promising tech in a bunch of areas. With a lot of confidence, Sam said that in 6 days, OtherLife would be ready to hit the market. Ren was feeling really confused and mad after hearing Sam's decision. After the presentation, she explained that OtherLife was still unstable and often had errors. She begged for a few more weeks to fix the system and make it safer. But Sam shot her down, saying the launch couldn't be postponed since it was already promised to the investors, including the social minister. To Ren, it looked like Sam only cared about making money and didn't think about the potential risks if the software crashed. Frustrated, Ren walked out of the room. That night in the lab, Ren finally fixed the errors. Feeling the pressure from the deadline, she impulsively tested the new formula on herself. The results blew her away. A drop of liquid could now give a dream experience that lasted for 20 days, way longer than the 6 days before. Soon after, Danny, her boyfriend and coworker, came in with a research report. He asked Ren if she wanted to grab dinner, but she said no because she was still focused on perfecting the formula for her brother. Deep down, Ren felt guilty. Their relationship often got put on the back burner because all her energy went into her brother's recovery. After fixing a bunch of errors, Ren rushed to the hospital to test the formula on her brother. Her heart soared with joy when she saw his eyes blink. She went back to her apartment feeling hopeful and kept refining the formula. But then, while she was working, she got a shocking message from the hospital. Her dad wanted her brother's medical support taken off. Ren realized that if they removed the support, her brother wouldn't be saved. The next day, feeling angry, Ren headed to the campus where her dad taught. Her dad, who was actually the original creator of OtherLife, was now putting a damper on her hopes with a surprising decision. Before, her dad had stopped the research on OtherLife because he was worried about how it affected the human nervous system. Ren tried to convince him with hope, telling him that in the last trial, her brother's eyes had blinked for a moment. Ren was sure that with just a little more improvement, her brother would wake up from his coma. Even after a lot of convincing arguments, Ren's dad had to take away her brother's medical equipment since he couldn't afford the treatment anymore. This decision really let Ren down. Their relationship had gotten more and more strained since her brother went into a coma, and Ren became fixated on OtherLife. Her dad thought her efforts were pointless, while Ren felt like he didn't care about her brother's recovery anymore. At the office, Sam told her that the social minister was on board to fund their research, as long as they modified OtherLife to trap criminals in a dream state. Just one drop of liquid would make 1 minute in the real world feel like a year in the dream world, cutting down on the costs of prisons that wasted time and resources. But Ren turned down the offer. For her, what mattered most was perfecting OtherLife without putting human lives at risk, not making money. Ren went over to Danny's apartment and suggested they try OtherLife. Danny was blown away by the experience. But while Ren was checking her phone, Danny secretly took another drop of OtherLife, not knowing it was a special formula meant for Ren's brother, memories of the drowning incident. So, in the dream state, Danny really felt like he was drowning and ended up losing his life. Ren got taken to the police station, and not long after, Sam showed up with the social minister and a few officials. They offered her a deal. She wouldn't be detained if she agreed to be a test subject for the dream prison of OtherLife. If she picked punishment in the real world, her brother in the hospital wouldn't get any care. With a heavy heart, Ren finally accepted the deal. At the office, before they gave her the liquid, Ren asked Brian to wake her up if anything went wrong. In the dream prison, Ren felt super stressed and had a hard time adjusting. There was food that automatically refilled every day if she got hungry or thirsty. As time went by, while serving her sentence, Ren's mind was filled with ideas to wake her brother from his coma. When her 1-year sentence was up, the OtherLife system suddenly glitched, and her sentence reset to the start. In despair, Ren felt a gust of wind coming from the food supply. When she looked, she found an exit and was shocked to see she wasn't in OtherLife but in a fake room. Ren was stunned to realize that Sam had tricked her. She quickly ran to the police station to report what happened, but weirdly, when the cops checked it out, the fake prison room was gone. The guard told her that someone else was living in her apartment because she hadn't paid rent for a year. Ren was getting more confused, especially when Sam showed up with one of his goons. Ren rushed over to Cass's place, a coworker. When Cass saw Ren, she was surprised, thinking Ren was already dead. There, Ren told Cass about Danny's death because of the formula that was meant for her brother. Cass looked confused since Danny was actually still alive. Sam had set Ren up to be a test subject for his virtual prison. So, Cass went to get Danny. That night, Cass and Danny told Ren that since she left, Sam had taken over the company and sold the OtherLife software, even though it still had a lot of errors. Ren begged them to help her get the formula data from Sam's office, saying all she cared about was the formula to wake her brother up. Hearing how determined Ren was, Cass and Danny agreed to help. Ren and Danny went in to look for the formula data while Cass kept watch outside. Unfortunately, Cass got caught, but Danny and Ren managed to slip away. They headed to Ren's dad's house, which had better research equipment. All night, Ren worked hard to perfect the formula to save her brother. The next day, when Ren's dad got home, he was shocked and happy to see his long-lost daughter. Even though he acted indifferent, he really cared about Ren deep down. Ren told him she had perfected the OtherLife formula and was sure her brother would wake up from his coma. Ren headed to the hospital to give the formula to her brother. When he finally woke up, Ren's heart swelled with joy after all her hard work. But seeing him suffer made her hesitate, and she ultimately decided to remove the medical equipment, leading to her brother taking his last breath. While Ren looked at her brother, Sam showed up and pointed out that no matter how hard she tried to bring him back, his last memory would always be of drowning. In the end, her brother was still going to die. While they were talking, Ren suddenly saw Sam's shadow urging her to wake up. At that moment, she realized she was still in the dream world and everything happening was just an effect of the OtherLife formula. Ren finally woke up and immediately let out her anger. Once her fury calmed down, she started thinking about everything that happened in the dream, realizing all her efforts had been a mistake. Ren decided to quit her research on the OtherLife software. When she told Sam this, he was shocked and disappointed since the project was almost done. Without saying anything, Ren walked away from Sam. After her time in the dream world, Ren started to let go of her brother. She realized her ambition had just prolonged his suffering. Feeling lighter, Ren told her dad she agreed to take away the medical equipment from him. The next day, just as she was about to go to the hospital, Ren got a call from Sam asking her to come to the office to see the OtherLife formula one last time. After some convincing, Ren finally met up with Sam. He explained that while she was trapped in the dream prison, she had unconsciously tapped into her subconscious to escape. Sam asked Ren to go back into the virtual prison to test his theory, but she firmly said no, considering the research too dangerous. In a tense moment, Sam forced Ren back into the virtual prison by dropping the OtherLife liquid into her eyes. But this time, she fought back and managed to wake up. Then, she did the same to Sam, making him experience the horrors of the subconscious prison firsthand. After a while, Ren gave him the antidote, and Sam woke up fully aware of the dangers of OtherLife. Realizing how it affected the human mind, he finally decided to stop the project. The next day, Ren and her dad stood by the empty bed that used to belong to her brother in the hospital. In a heavy silence, they supported each other as they let go of that painful goodbye. It was tough, but accepting this reality reignited hope in Ren's heart that had been lost.